What up, guys? So I'm going to be doing what if Naruto was a hybrid between the Nine Tails and the Six Tails. So how this is going to happen is Minato is going to be the Six Tails Jinchuriki and Kushina is going to be the Nine Tails. So I'm going to say when Naruto is being born, that Minato and the Six Tails are very, very good friends. So they're best friends. So the Six Tails decides to add about 90% of her chakra and give it to Naruto. It's not like permanently. Over the course of a few months, it's gonna replenish and she'll be at full strength. But she gives about 90 to 95%. And the Nine Tails feels this chakra coming to Naruto or the baby, and he's thinking, interesting, and he decides to add about 50% of his chakra. Um, when he doesn't do it all at once, he does it in like little spurts, like 5% a day, because 50% of the Nine Tails chakra is gonna drain him. So when he does this each day, after a day, he replenishes the 3%, so it's nothing to him. So this keeps happening until 9 months. So in this 9 months, Naruto has the 50% of the Nine Tails, and this is the full Nine Tails, and 90% of the Six Tails. And so I'm gonna say about 90 or 95% of the Six Tails is equal to about 25% of the full Nine Tails. 25. And yeah, so so the Nine Tails is I kind of see Naruto as a kind of like a son, just a little bit, not like father son, but just a little bit. So when Naruto is born, Obito appears. When Obito appears, he sees this boy with red hair with spots of white in his hair and with kind of a fox eye. And this kind of confuses Obito because he's like, what kind of child is he? And so Obito's just thinking this, and he grabs Naruto and he threatens Kushina and Minato. Minato says, okay, I'll go with you. So he takes both Minato and Kushina. So I'm gonna say that when Obito releases the Nine Tails, Minato uses this opportunity to escape, and he goes to his perfect Jinchuriki mode, and he escapes. Because if the Six Tails was taken from Minato, he would have died. So he quickly escapes, and when the Nine Tails on the rampage, he's in his perfect state, and he's way stronger, and he uses boiling point and boils his chocolate levels to a boiling point, and this boiling point gives Minato 5 seconds of ultra strength, and he grabs the Nine Tails and punches him. But right before the Nine Tails falls to the ground, he's pierced, along with Kushina, trying to protect Naruto. And when this happens, Minato has a little bit more strength. So he has two options: put the full Nine Tails in Naruto, or put in the full Six Tails and half of the Nine Tails. So he decides to go with half the Nine Tails and the full Six Tails. And when he does this, he makes the seal on the Nine Tails much more stronger than the Six Tails. The Six Tails seal is almost not there because it's just like a filter, just filtering the Six Tails chakra in Naruto. So because Minato trusts the Six Tails of Naruto. And when Naruto is just there, There Hiruzen comes and finds Naruto and is wondering why Naruto has white spots in his hair. He gets the he gets the red but not the white. Um, and he's just thinking maybe it's just a mutation. Because sometimes, if you guys didn't know, sometimes the pigment in your hair can be displaced and you can get white patches, even as a little kid. So some people have that. So he's just thinking, oh, 'cause it's not that normal, but it's still normal. He sees it and he doesn't really think too much. By this time, Naruto's eyes, or the normal blue, it's a little bit darker tone, but it's the normal blue. It reverted back. And so Naruto is, yeah. So I want to see 2 years time skip. Naruto about 2, and he gets bullied. He starts crying, but then the Six Tails comforts him and tells him that it's gonna be alright. And Naruto's like, "Who are you? Who are you?" And the Six Tails explains to him. And Naruto was wondering, how come you're not chained and tied down? Because that's the Nine Tails, and your father doesn't trust him. And Six Tails begins to explain to Naruto, and he gets it. So about an 8-year time skip. By this time, Naruto has a relationship with the Six Tails and the Nine Tails. That's kind of like a mom and dad relationship. Because every time Naruto is eating a bunch one, the Six Tails will lecture him about that he should eat some grains. And every time Naruto doesn't listen to the Six Tails, Kurama will actually just do a little electrocution with Naruto. Just a he can't really um put that much chocolate, so just a little bit because of the seal. So he just puts a little chocolate surge, which like sparks Naruto, and Naruto says that he's okay, and he listens. So for the next 8 years, about 8 years, Naruto had some light training, nothing serious, just some regular training. And around 10, the Sixth Tail says that in a year or two you're going to the academy, so you should start seriously training. So the Sixth Tails says in time you learn to use my power. And Naruto says okay, so the Sixth Tails just prepares with Naruto, just readies his body for Buji mode, because the Sixth Tails chakra hasn't fully filtered into Naruto's body. It's about 80%, and when he gets to 12, it will be like fully, um, fully filtered into Naruto's body. By that time, he can use it perfectly. He can just use it at any time he wants. So Naruto, so about for the first year, Naruto, Naruto works on his boil style, because he naturally has it, because he is technically the son of the Six Tails, and he has boil style. And I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure the Nine Tails is the yin of the thing, so you can also use some yin release, but he doesn't know it yet. So naturally, all his dojutsus are going to be stronger. And by this time, Naruto chakra levels are equal to the 5 and 4 tails. So because he's the son of the 6 and 9 tails, technically. And so Naruto works on boil release and boiling point. So guys, in this story, Sasuke is the 8 tails Jinchuriki. He's the 8 and 2 tails Jinchuriki. He's both. Because I'm gonna say Sasuke was born with abnormally high chakra levels, and he was born with the Rinnegan. He's the child of frost, basically. So since of this, he can handle more. He can handle all the Buji. So he has the 8 and 2 tails. The Uchiha are collecting Buji to give to Sasuke. They want to give every Buji to Sasuke to make him the ultimate weapon to overthrow the Leaf Village. So the council feed they give he currently has to. The Leaf Village doesn't know about this. About Sasuke and Gojo. They don't know about this, but they just received intel that the 8 tails in Cherokee and the 2 tails in Cherokee are dead. And they don't really know who it is, and they're still looking, and they're kind of scared about Naruto. And because Naruto has a 6 and 9 tails, so they're kind of scared. So guys, Naruto kind of has a full 9 tails. Because if Naruto already has 50% of the 9 tails chakra in him, and when you combine it with the other 50%, you combine it, his chakra, he has so his chakra levels are about 70% of the 9 tails. That's how much chakra he has. Like the full 9 tails, 70%. If you compare his chakra with the full 9 tails, it's 70. He has about 70%. So yeah. So I'm gonna say Naruto trains. He learns some boil release the jutsu. By the way, the 6 tail knows every known boil release style jutsu, and she knows every. So she's teaching Naruto. So Naruto, in the next 2 years, Naruto can knows how to go in the 2 tails in the 6 tails Buji state, and Naruto, the Naruto, the 6 tails teaches Naruto how to weaken the Serum Kurama, because the 6 tails and Kurama are really good friends because they know each other, because they've known each other for years now, and the 9 tails acts more like a father than a villain. So Naruto weakens the seal on his chest, but he can't fully weaken it. So by this time, Naruto can only go into a 7 tail state. That's all, not 6, 7. So the boy release style that she teaches Naruto is steam cloud, which Naruto creates steam, which makes opponents slower and stops people from seeing. You can't see. Your vision is very blurry when you're in the mist, but he can see it through perfectly, and the effects don't affect him. And it's boil style mist. That's what I call it. He knows boil punch. It basically boils your chakra, not too much, just in your fist, and it makes your punches stronger. Another one is a projectile which he can throw, which when it hits the target, it boils them. But instead of boiling the chakra, it just boils them, so they faint. Unless they're really strong, they if they're really strong, they'll feel like collapsing, and their speed and agility will slow a lot. And Naruto also learns, let me think. He learns how to control the air around him, to make it harder. It makes it very, very hard for people to breathe. And he can also shoot bullets that look like they're on fire, but they're actually not. They're just really hot chunks of vapor. It looks like it's on fire, but it's not. It's just really hot. So yeah. So guys, I'm gonna say Naruto has a better grades and just a better everything. So, and also Naruto, I forgot to say, Naruto also has a trump card. which is um, chakra to the boiling point, which increases the strength by about 10 to 100 folds. Because when you think about it, Naruto was strong. Naruto, in the original series, he did the boiling point and he got so strong that he was able to like literally destroy Kaguya for a split second. So I can't imagine how much that amped him. So so it gives him about 5 to 2 seconds burst of incredible strength. And also if he does let's say just if he does his um boil bullets while he's in this state, the bullets will be massive and it'll be like a rocket. That's how big it is. So the fight with Naruto and Sasuke, they call him. So so Sasuke is ready to beat him because he is a prodigy, of course, and he's never been beaten in his life. So Naruto and Sasuke both stretch a little bit and they get ready. So Aruka Sensei says, "Ready, set, go!" And Naruto and Sasuke both rush at full speed at each other, trying to get a hit on each other. Both of them around 20% dodge. And Sasuke says, "This guy is much more stronger than I anticipated." And Naruto is just thinking the exact same thing. Naruto does his oil style mist, which incapacitates everybody in the room, including Iruka. And this makes Sasuke weaker, and he can't see anything. And then Sasuke, I'm gonna say Sasuke can activate and deactivate the Rinnegan, and Naruto is just running around. He's jumping everywhere, punching Sasuke, beating him, and then Sasuke says these eyes sees all, and he activates his Rinnegan, and he can see through the mist. And Sasuke starts countering Naruto's strikes, and Naruto tries to boil fist the wall, which creates a mini earthquake. And Sasuke almost gets hit by this earthquake, but he dodges. And Naruto is like, this guy is really strong. And Naruto is just thinking, wow. And so, so Naruto does a vapor bullet at Sasuke. He does a boil style bullet at Sasuke. And Sasuke absorbs the chakra. And Naruto's just, this guy is super strong. And Sasuke says no more playing around and goes at full strike. And when Sasuke is at full strength, Naruto came and touched Sasuke. He's dodging, and Naruto says, "Wow, there's a massive gap in strength." And he came and touched Sasuke, and Sasuke is just dodging and leaving. And Naruto tries to put boil style chakra boiling point in his legs to give him a little bit extra agility, but Sasuke is still much faster. So the Sixth Sense says, "I think you're gonna have to use it." And Naruto says, "Are you sure?" It's, the Sixth Sense says yes, and Naruto says okay, and he does his kind of first trump card and does the Seven Tail Perfect Jinchuriki, and Naruto gets a major amp about 10 times an amp, and he's just demolishing it. He's just like Sasuke and Naruto are on par, and Sasuke is just a little bit faster, but Naruto is stronger, and they're on par. And Sasuke does push and pushes Naruto to the ground. Naruto, when he falls, he creates a massive earthquake, and Sasuke switches at light speed to his Rinnegan with his Mangekyo Sharingan. And activates his Susanoo, and Naruto tries to punch his Susanoo, but it doesn't break. And Sasuke uses his Susanoo sword to try and hit Naruto, but Naruto says chakra to the boiling point, and he just has unbelievable strength, which can rival the first Hokage, and he just activates boiling style and uses his perfect Jinchuriki stick to rush Sasuke when it seems to be at light speed and hits Sasuke in the stomach, knocking him out. And meanwhile, Fugaku is watching this and saying, so this is the boy with the 9 tails and the 6 tails. He's much stronger than I anticipated. And Sasuke not really expecting this. He was just about to use his trump card, his perfect Jinchuriki state. But so guys, that's it. That's all I'm gonna be doing. If you guys want a part 2, it's gonna come out tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is a bit too long. I wanted to do this longer, but I think I ran out of time. So yeah. So bye.